Okay, Beverly, I just wanted to cover with you what we're doing on yesterday and some issues that we've run into that some we anticipated, some we did not. But at any rate, here's frame station number 1 has been replaced, frame station number 2. We've done half of frame station number 3 on the far side and a new gusset, frame station 4, frame station 5. We ended up with some pretty decent frames along through here, and then 6, 7, 8 has been replaced, and we're going to do. See, 9's half of 9 was replaced. You can see the new wood on the other side. 10 and 11. Somehow or another, we've got frame stations up to 13. But at any rate, the next thing I want to show you is hopefully you can see this string that Andy's holding. And this string, we've tried to, what we've got is the string running from one end of the boat to the other. And we found it odd that there would be so much drop between a straight line, which is represented by the string, and the keel, which is this piece right here that our hands are on. So we conferred with Chris Smith because this is one of his favorite boats. It's the first boat his dad let him drive, and Grandpa let him drive at the factory. And we should have no more than 1 inch of drop here. So we started looking, well, why do we have so much drop? We thought maybe that there was a sag in the boat, but not so. A repair was made sometime in the past, and that's where our hints are. This is not near as a large enough transom bow as what it should be. And they probably had a rod in the transom bow and just cut the rod off and changed the shape of the boat. The keel should actually rest at about that height right here that Andy is showing you right now. There should be no more than 1 inch of drop. If we have more drop than that, then what happens is when you get this boat up on plane, it's going to rock back on this bottom that's shaped like a banana. 1 inch of drop is appropriate. More than that is not appropriate, and the bow would ride very high. You may have already experienced that. So what that's going to do is require us to change the transom bow and this frame as well, because basically all the bending started happening right about here. So when we get an inch of drop, when we have an inch of drop represented by the lines right here, we can keep on using, we can continue to use this frame. Just some other things that we spotted, we didn't spot, of course, in the survey, because this was against the bottom of the boat. We had to cut out quite a bit of rot out of your engine stringers. That's what these are that I've got my hands on. And so we cut the rod out so that we got rid of all the rot, and then put new wood back in, and then did what we call a sister frame. This frame right here, the new wood, is a sister to the old wood and holds all that together and bridges all of our joints for maximum strength. So other issues that we found is this is a portion of the chine that's been replaced with white oak, and originally the back part of the chine was mahogany. The back half of the boat was mahogany, so we have a little bit of mahogany here that we suspect is original chine. Chine is where the whole sides and the whole bottom come together. And then we would have white oak. That was appropriate for the front of the boat. So it looks, in both cases, both the other side and this side, it's possible, very possible that the chine's been replaced already one time with inferior wood. This has got a big knot in it and a crack in it right here. So going to the other side, the chine on the other side has definitely been replaced. Look at the rough edges up here. Again, inferior wood was used. We have a crack. It's not large, but it's halfway through half of the chine, so we have a major crack right here. We have another joint right here that was improperly made, and on this side there is no mahogany chine anymore, so it's all white oak again, which means that this chine's been replaced. There's a knot and a crack right here that someone attempted to strengthen on the back side with this piece of wood, but it needs to come out. So we're going to be replacing essentially the entire chine, which we had only really planned on replacing the back half. We're replacing quite a few more frames than we'd anticipated. Already have done that, but now we got to get these back frames. Oh yeah, this is a real piece of work right here. Andy just showed me. This is not. This little puzzle piece here is not factory either. So the transom post, which is this item right here, should have come all the way to the chine, and the transom bow should have come all the way to the chine, and this piece would not have been necessary. That's a real, if you wonder why you've had leakage problems, all of these joints have created these problems. Also, you can see that when they worked on the transom bow, they tried to gain some space by leaving spaces in between, and they used some angle iron to try to support that. Actually, it's just a strap, isn't it? To try to, well, that one's an angle iron over there. So at any rate, and then this transom post here in the center has also been lengthened. You can see the butt block here. That's a butt block where that splice has been made. So it's just full of little bitty splices. So we'll correct all of that when we replace the transom bow. And I'm going to back up where you can get a better idea of what the transom bow is. Andy, you want to go ahead and point to the transom bow again? Yeah. So and just to give you an idea, this is a 22-foot boat. Yours is. And right behind me is a 20-foot boat that we've just replaced the transom bow in. It was actually in pretty good shape, but rodded on the ends. And you can see how much larger that transom bow is on a 20-foot boat than what you have left due to the repair that you got that happened somewhere in the boat's life. You can see how much less you have. So wanted to hit you with that and show you the progress so far, as well as explain to you what we're doing and some of the other choices that we've had to make about the keel and chines. Oh, and by the way, the keel's going to have to go too. We have, and that was anticipated. We have a splice. Actually, half of the keel was anticipated. We have a splice here. We have another splice here. And oh, by the way, those are improper joints. And then we have up here on the end of the keel, which is up in here. We're going to go to the other side. And this was, somebody put epoxy in here to try to make the joint that at the proper angle. So there was, that's a mess. And this piece is original. And originally, both this piece and this piece to the left were one piece. And that's been replaced. A water stop was not put in. If we reuse this one right here, which I'm on the fence about at this point, a water stop needs to go in here, and we put a water stop in here, and we would probably replace this piece because it is showing some signs of deterioration on it, and we don't need to put it in the boat to become to spawn more dry rot spores, which is just fungus spores. So you can see I'm just getting this stuff out with my fingernail right now, and so we don't want to put that back in the boat. So wanted to share with you all that, and we will be talking shortly. Thank you.